Naisip ko pag-usapan itong topic na to because someone messaged me na nung pandemic, it was a tipping point for him because talagang nagkaroon siya ng problema sa pera. He was in a financial mess. He realized how he was very careless with his money before the pandemic. He realized that he didn't have savings, he had a lot of debts, and the pandemic made him realize the importance of money management. That's also the time when he discovered my podcast and subsequently the rest of my online content. And that inspired him to make changes sa sarili niya. From 2020 and now, 2025, he wrote me a message na na-realize niya it's been several years since he made positive changes sa kanyang money habits. And surprisingly, he realized that he is already a millionaire. So, ang question niya sa akin nung nag-message siya is, what comes next? Nakuha ko na yung first million ko and I feel different but at the same time, nothing seems to be different. Yun yung dilemma niya. The first thing that I told him is that's actually normal and I can definitely give him some tips on how to move forward. So yan yung pag-usapan natin today. What happens when you hit your first million? For starters, when I say that you hit your first million, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have 1 million pesos in your bank account. It simply means that your net worth is already above 1 million. I remember this happening to me several years ago, not because I had that much money in my bank account, but because there was a bull market in the stock market and my stock investments was the biggest factor in me reaching that 1 million net worth mark. When I was computing it, I usually compute my net worth once a year. So when I computed that, that's when I realized, teka, this is it. This is the goal that I've been dreaming of ever since I started working, yung maging milyonaryo. So by definition, I'm already a millionaire because my net worth is already above 1 million pesos. And yung nararamdaman nung nag-message sa akin, I also felt the same. Particularly, we usually have these expectations in our mind in becoming a millionaire. But the reality is always different. Reaching your first million is often imagined as a glamorous turning point. But in reality, the moment is usually quiet and understated. And that's expected because ikaw lang yung nakakaalam at that point. Di ba? Kung regularly mo minomonitor yung net worth mo, pag na-reach mo yung threshold na 1 million pesos, ikaw lang talaga yung nakakaalam. So there's really no external validation and no celebration. So instead of dramatic life changes, it brings a mix of pride and relief. Ultimately, the milestone matters less for the number itself and more for the discipline and persistence it represents. Hindi yung 1 million na number ang nagpasaya sa akin, but realizing na ang tagal ko na pala na financially disciplined. Na-realize ko rin na it's working. Yung mga changes na ginawa ko sa money habits ko, although hindi ko siya nararamdaman na it's making positive changes, but if you are consistent and do it over time, meron pala siyang effect. So there's really a sense of accomplishment more on that part and less about seeing the number itself. So the number is just a validation that your discipline and your persistence is working. It is really helping you improve your finances. And upon that realization, there is really an internal shift. Maraming biglang magbabago sa mindset mo. And this is where the real transformation begins. Not with external celebrations, but with internal shifts. first of all, it is such a big accomplishment na nasanay tayo na pag meron tayong big accomplishment sa buhay natin, we share it with our friends, with our family, and there's like a celebration. But at this point, there's really no big celebration, and I actually advise na huwag mo ipagkalat, no? So, given that, expect that people won't really treat you differently. Contrary to expectations, your circle doesn't suddenly bow in awe. No? Minsan nga, may naiinggit dyan, but more or less, don't seek external validation for that accomplishment. It is an internal reward na it signals a new chapter in your life. However, there is a shift internally. First of all, your relationship with money changes. You start thinking less about how to earn more and more about how to protect and grow what you already have. It's a move from scarcity to stewardship. And importante itong realization na to kasi when we are starting to build our wealth, meron talagang scarcity mindset na challenge, no? Na ang hirap naman ito, ang hirap mag-ipon, ang liit ng sweldo ko. There are those challenges that reinforces yung scarcity mindset. However, if you are able to find your groove, nahanap mo yung tamang strategy na you are both comfortable sa lifestyle mo but at the same time able to save and invest money, then upon realizing that you've already hit that 1 million net worth mark, you'll realize that this isn't that hard. Ang pinaka-challenge talaga dito is yung discipline. So from scarcity mindset, nagiging abundant mindset ka. That's one of the internal shift that you'll have. And from thinking na, paano ba ako kikita pa ng malaki, ang magiging worry mo, mag-shift towards, paano ko poprotektahan itong naipon ko ng 1 million and paano ko siya palalakihin. So hindi na paano ko kikita pa ng malaki, but more of paano ko i-invest at iikutin itong pera na meron ako. So it's a move from scarcity to stewardship. New challenges and internal battles start. Some people experience imposter syndrome. Pwede mong tanungin yung sarili mo na, deserve ko ba talaga to? Especially kung medyo magastos ka, but at the same time, you were disciplined enough to set up automatic investments. Kasi may mga auto-debit na ngayon ng mga investments. So sinet up mo yon, tas yung everyday or monthly cash flow mo, hindi mo naman talaga siya tinitipid. But because you were able to set up an auto investment monthly, pwedeng sa stock market, mutual fund, or even Pag-ibig MP2, lumaki yung net worth mo. So it is possible to have that imposter syndrome na, deserve ko ba talaga to? Totoo ba to? Meanwhile, may mga iba na ang nararamdaman nila ay fear or anxiety na, sinuwerte lang ako, feeling ko, magagastos ko din to, mawawala rin to. So what if magkamali ako? Hindi ko alam yung ginagawa ko eh. Basta nag-i-invest na ako but I didn't really prepare for the time na malaki siya, lumaki na siya. Anong gagawin ko dito? So there's really that mental tug of war and it is more common than you think. But one thing is for sure. During this time, you start to redefine success. If you're starting out, probably your definition of success is reaching a certain number in your bank account or a certain number in your net worth. But at this point, with less financial stress, you begin to see success differently. The things that you used to feel secondary, like time, freedom, health, relationships, they start to become priceless. Maraming mga young urban professionals, when they start out, ang pinaka-goal talaga nila is makapag-ipon. Sometimes they sacrifice their health, their relationships with their family. Okay lang na mag-overtime, okay lang na i-sacrifice yung sleep kasi nag-iipon. Di ba? Nagpapalaki ng pera. However, when you reach this point na na-realize mo na mataas na pala yung net worth ko, those things that you used to sacrifice, they become more valuable. You realize that more money won't really guarantee happiness. But now you have the option to say no to things that drain you and yes to experiences and people that truly matter. And I think that's one of the benefits of achieving financial security. At the very least, you are now financially secure, and that doesn't really guarantee happiness and contentment and a sense of purpose. But what's important is now you have more options. Naniniwala ako that ultimately, being financially secure is all about having the freedom to choose among a lot of options. There are also new challenges. By reaching this milestone, you will now start to realize that money management starts to get a little bit more complex. Kasi medyo malaki na yan, you have to learn how to protect it. But also, you'll realize na the more money you have, the higher the taxes that you'll need to pay. The higher your income, especially if you were able to establish multiple sources of income, hindi lang office work ang source of income mo, meron kang side hustle, meron kang home-based business, may online business ka. All of these have tax implications. So now you really have to think about taxes, investments, and even estate planning. So these are new things that you need to learn and understand, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Hopefully, by this time, you've also acquired a growth mindset. So excited ka pa na matutunan itong mga bagong mga bagay na to. Your social dynamics will also shift. More or less, mahahalata yan ng mga friends mo, ng mga family mo na mukhang okay naman to, walang problema sa pera. So, some friends may expect generosity. Family members and relatives might assume that you're always the safety net. Ikaw na yung mga favorite na utangan ng mga kapamilya at mga kaibigan mo. And to be honest, others may envy you silently. So, this is a tricky situation. Navigating through your social relationships will require a little bit of self-awareness and a little bit of introspection and assessment of the intentions of the people around you. However, if you are able to really find your people, your social circle that you trust, most especially those who are also working hard to improve their finances, then I believe that you're in good hands. This is also a good opportunity for you to find not necessarily a support group, but a group of people who are also financially secure, who are doing their best to improve their finances, because sila yung mga masarap na makakwentuhan. Because honestly, some of your challenges, hindi na makaka-relate yung mga ibang tao or yung ibang mga kaibigan mo. Meron kang mga investments sa kinoconsider, hindi mo pwedeng i-share yan sa mga kaibigan mo na lubog sa utang. Maiinis lang sila sa'yo. So, that's one of the reasons why I say that your social dynamics will shift. You will probably meet new people na sila yung makakausap mo tungkol sa pera. One thing to remember is that wealth amplifies character. So if you were generous when you were just starting out, you'll become more generous as you realize that you have more capacity to help people. If you're reckless with money, then money amplifies the mistakes. So in the end, money doesn't really change who you are, it magnifies it. Given that, this is also an opportunity for you to do some introspection. Ano ba yung relationship mo with money? Do you use money to buy validation from others? Do you use money to escape yung mga negative feelings na nararamdaman mo? For example, pag nalulungkot ka, nagsha-shopping ka, di ba? That's a negative way to manage your feelings. So you need to do some self-introspection so that you can have that self-improvement, self-development, may character development ka because now that you have more money, mas mataas yung degree ng financial mistakes na pwede mong magawa. On the other side of the coin, if you were generous before, now you have more capacity to help other people. But you also have to be aware na may mga tao who could take advantage of you. So that's also something that you need to be vigilant about. Okay? What's the next chapter? Perhaps the biggest realization after hitting your first million is it's not the destination, it's the starting line for a different journey. Kumbaga tapos na yung level 1, yung building your wealth. Nasa level 2 ka na wherein you need to protect what you already have but still find ways to grow what you already have. So what does the next chapter look like? You begin setting new goals that aren't purely financial. You start to see that you now have the capacity or the ability to pursue passions. You have the capital to build something meaningful, or you can continue focusing on personal growth. So start making new goals and have an idea of what the next chapter of your life will look like. Since you have the capacity to help other people, it's also good to think of how you can give back. You may feel drawn to give back, whether through charity, mentoring, or investing in causes bigger than yourself. And it's been proven by psychology that helping other people is one of the best ways to experience that feeling of happiness. It really improves our sense of well-being when we help others. And now that you have that capacity, charity or giving back can be a part of your budget. I don't really donate regularly sa isang charity, but that's the money I use whenever may humihingi ng pera online kasi may sakit. Alam mo yun, pag merong mga typhoon drive, no, mga nag-a-ask for donations, for relief operations, etc. So, dun ko siya kinukuha doon sa aking charity fund. The next chapter will also involve leaving a legacy. So most importantly, you reflect on the road you've taken. You see that true wealth isn't just measured in digits. It's in freedom, purpose, and the impact you leave behind. Reaching your first million is a milestone worth celebrating, but not because of the luxury it promises. It matters because it shows what's possible when persistence, discipline, and vision comes together. When you finally get there, you'll realize something powerful. The real reward isn't the number itself. It's who you became on the journey and what you choose to do with the freedom that follows.